watching and stuff. Here we have Vic Lambrusco, and my voice is very monotonous today, so I'll try and go like that more. That's still the same. So yeah, do the clapping and that. So here you go. Introduction. That was.
Thanks a lot. Let's keep that energy going from that introduction. Cheers. My name's Vic Lambrusco. Is everybody okay?
Sorry. I don't know.
Right. This first one. This is a poem. This is I've run lots of events like this. This is called A Complete History of Radical Performance Protest Poetry. It's not fair. Thank you. Next one's a little bit longer. This is about what unites us all in this fine country. This is a true story. This is called Britain United. Dwayne, Darren, Wayne, Sharon, Jace, Trace, Kel, Shell and Warren meet Jemima, Lucinda, Piers, Araminta, Abigail, Felicity and Rupert in Britain, a country divided by class, but united by shit names. Right, this next one is a new one, so I've got to read it just to prove I can. This one's self-explanatory. It's called Convenience Culture. If you want to find a special treat, discover where the hip kids meet, or drive from Aldershot to Fleet, there's an app for that. If you want to know which cult films to like, or learn the latest poster strike, find a parking bay for your Boris bike, there's an app for that. If you want to know what will be cool next week, want to dress your flat in shabby chic, or need the works of Shakespeare in text speak, there's an app for that. If you like the dirt, love the goss, and want to suffocate in celebrity toss until your brain's been turned to candy floss, there's an app for that. If you want to let your inner spirit free, express your core humanity, transcend base triviality, well, you're fucked basically. Right, cheers. This next one, this is dedicated to, well, not dedicated, it's about the people I work with. Basically, I work with a lot of people who are a bit younger, well, quite a lot younger than me, and it seems to me there's a sad development in modern society whereby people think anything that's not a popular cultural reference within their memory is not worthy of any consideration, which is basically why we're fucked, I think. And a phrase they come up with over and over again is they say, if you say, oh, can you remember the release of Primal Scream, Delicate? Or do you know about the Romans? They go, oh, that was before my time, you could point out that the Romans is probably before everyone's time, unless they really are. But anyway, this is called Nothing's Before My Time. The Beatles aren't before my time, the Second World War's not before my time, the French Revolution's not before my time, nothing's before my time, the Restoration's not before my time, the Reformation's not before my time, the Peasants' Revolt ain't before my time, nothing's before my time, the Roman Empire's not before my time, the KT Extinction episode's not before my time, the Big Bang's not before my time, nothing's before my time, because I can fucking read. Right, this next one, this is called, Bob Dylan used to put his name in a lot of song titles, so why not me? This is called Vic Lambrusco's Guide to Successful Foreplay. A hand on the bird is worth two in the bush. No, it's more of a comedy club poem. This next one, a lot of people love poetry. I don't. This is called, quite simply, Hate Poem. You put the twerp in Antwerp, you put the Burke in Berkshire, put the div in Vladivostok and the boar in Boreham Wood, you put the sham in Hersham, you put the cock in Cockfosters, you put the low in Lowestoft, and take one eye out of Shiite. You put another low in Lowenbrow, you put the ice in Venice, you put the twat in hot water, and the slag in Foster's Lager. You put the ag in page 3 of the paper you put ape in. You almost put the nonce in nonchalant, and put the tripe in stripe. But worse than you on all counts are your mother and your father, because they put you in the fucking world. Thank you. Cheers. Share the love, right? This next one I've got a set list. I don't normally do a set list. You're very privileged. This next one, apologies to John Lennon for the semi-nick title. This is called She Said, I Said. She said, I love you, but like a brother. I said, let's move to Somerset. Give me 6. Right, I'll do one-liners aren't quite suited to this environment, I suggest. This one, I suspect, sorry. This one's dedicated to all the people who don't take drugs and think it's really clever. And to put cap their view of the world, they say this thing that really annoys you. They say, I don't need drugs because I'm high on life. Right, this is called PSHE. This is taking the opposite view. Right? I can look up at a starry sky, but it doesn't touch my heart. I've never been much of a one for nature's beauteous art. I don't need no flowers, don't need no trees, don't need no kisses and hugs. Because what it all comes down to, man, I don't need life because I'm high on drugs. I never really lose myself in a lover's sweet caress. But when the pipe and foil go round, then I just say yes. You can call me down and dissolute, you can call me one of the mugs. But what it's all about at the end of the day is I don't need life because I'm high on drugs. I'm not into Francis Bacon, nor Monet, nor Vermeer, and Tate Britain is a place wide of which I steer. I don't care about cooking or furniture, cutlery or rugs. I'm happy as a pig in shit. I don't need life because I'm high on drugs. I'm monged out, stoned and slobbering. I'm chewing on the mat. I'm a flying, buzzing, rushing, caned, intoxicated twat. I'm out of my face, I'm off my tits if you want to know the truth. But I'll be back in school tomorrow, a fine example to the youth. Right, this next one is called, it's a true story, and it touches on what I was mentioning in the last one. This is called, I Feel Like Robert De Niro. I feel like Robert De Niro and Taxi Driver. I feel like I'm surfing through a sea of scum, junkies, pushers, dope pills, shit hills, filthy trash. And one day, the streets are going to be clean. One day, somebody's going to wash all this filth away. One day, somebody's going to say, I ain't going to take no motherfucking more. And that's me, because today I quit my job as a teacher in an East London comprehensive. That's not a true story, but well, it was a true story, but I didn't actually quit today. It's about 15 years ago. Anyway, right, where am I? Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm going to do 2 or 3 more, and then you can get some proper music on. Right, this next one, there's a lot of dispute about what is the best part of London, and people, have differing views on it. So I'm going to give you the definitive answer now, so you won't have to worry about it anymore. This is called, fuck off you hipster cunts. No, it's called, The Streets Are Fine in South West 9. Don't want to drive a Volvo through the streets of Stamford Hill or bore the world about Arsenal and their all-surpassing skill. I don't want to taste wine in Islington or act cool in Camden Town. I don't want to walk around all smug with the Guardian reader's frown. I've had it with fake sophisticates and need something else instead, cause I want to live on page 93 of the London A to Z. Yes, I want to be a Brixtonite, not a nerd from Notting Hill Gate. I don't want to snort coke my daddy paid for and think I'm really great. I don't want to meet no Pearly King or stroll down Cockney Lane, because Welsham Hills and Geezer banter just give me a pain. And I feel myself drawn southwards, across the river I'm being led. Yes, I want to live on page 93 of the London A to Z. So, I wave bye-bye to the pompous, the pretentious and the swanky. I don't want no more dealings with the witless and the wanky. I'm going to have some fun outside N1, split from W10, and eastbound on the central lines where I'm never going to go again, cause the streets are fine in South West 9, that's where I'll rest my head. I want to live on page 93 of the London A to Z. Brixton, thank you. Okay, now they're all light-hearted apart from this one. This is a slightly more serious piece. This is called Overshoot, a Young Person's Guide. Now, I don't know if you've heard of the term overshoot, but if you don't, you're going to encounter it very soon, because we're going to hit a fucking great big wall when the oil runs out. Basically, overshoot is when only humans can do it. Any other species lives within the boundaries of its environment, but because of certain things we've developed, we've managed to overshoot our carrying capacity, but not for much longer. And this is about what's likely to happen. It's called, well, I'll tell you what it's called. Two lovers share a tremulous farewell kiss, the fat lady singing on the edge of the abyss. It's 11:50 in the last chance saloon. Might as well go and hide behind the moon, because no matter what rationale you try and construct, when the oil runs out, we're totally fucked. It doesn't take a genius to understand when there's no fertiliser on over-farmed land, the dramatic drop in yield will be more serious than keeping the empire's flag imperious. And while power can dissemble, truth can't be ducked. When the oil runs out, we're totally fucked. Renew, sustain, go green, it's great, but much too little, half a century too late. All it augurs for our swollen population is a sticking plaster on an amputation. For however far up ideas are bucked, when the oil runs out, we're totally fucked. We've reached the top of our historical curve. Now we're heading back towards what we deserve. Back to the place where it all began. Back to what we used to call primitive man. The accelerator's locked on self-destruct. And when the oil runs out, we're totally fucked. Thank you very much. Right. Now, I'd like to finish with a slightly more light-hearted piece. This is... I think this was on the telly years ago, but anyway, this one's about football. I can see you're all football fans. I expect you all support the Arsenal around here. Well, anyway, it's not about a British team. It's about a more international perspective. This is called Vic Lambrusco's. My name in Italian. Vic Lambrusco's Impossible Dream. And can I say everything in this poem is true, except when I say Peru. I actually mean Eastern Nigeria, but that doesn't rhyme. Okay. I actually did this on the BBC World Service, and a friend of mine was visiting her gran in Eastern Nigeria. She heard it. But anyway, this is called Vic Lambrusco's Impossible Dream. In many ways, my life's been a success. I've been written up in the national press. I've been on telly, the World Service too. A mate of mine heard it in Peru, Nigeria. But there's a gap inside recognition can't fill. I'll never play number 10 for Brazil. I've had all kinds of sex on top, underneath. I've even done it with a woman. On Hampstead Heath, I've had my quota of drugs and beer, done LSD when it is still good gear, but I'll never attain that ultimate thrill of playing number 10 for Brazil. I've watched love blossom and fade away, done more down the bookies than I cared to say. I've been beaten up for no good cause. I've had the Addams family as my in-laws, but none of this can surpass the hurt that I'll never trot out in that yellow 10 shirt. And now I've seen Georgie Best and Letitia. What it's all about at the end of the day is the painful knowledge that there's no way I'll follow in the steps of Ronaldinho or Pelé. But still, I'd kill. I'd eat pig swill, go through the mill, run away without paying my bill, rob the till, make myself ill, tell Jack malicious lies about Jill. If I ever thought it might fulfill my desire to play number 10 for Brazil. But it never will. Thank you. My name's Vic Lambrusco. Thank you for listening to